What's up, everybody? It's your boy Joeywerk from Pure Bets. I'm back and live. I'm going to do an entire rundown for tomorrow's MLB slate from a betting perspective. That is for Thursday, May 12th. Last time you did see me was last night. What a shit show of a game I bet on there in Washington. Mets score 3 in the top of the first. Feeling good about myself. Immediately give 5 back in the bottom of the first, followed by 3 more from the Nats in the bottom of the second. Tyler McGill looked terrible. 8 hits, 8 earned runs, and 1 in the third inning. They finally yanked him. He didn't miss any bats. And the Nats were all over him. So I did lose that bet, making my free play record now 7-7. But grind continues. I got a full card to break down here. Should be fun. I haven't done a full breakdown in a little bit. I know the people like it. I know your favorite capper likes it because they can watch this and they can get their looks for the next day, because I do this the night before. But much love for all the support. As always, send your questions in if you have any questions. And let's roll. So we're going to first game. Mets Nationals. Tijuana Walker versus Yon Adon. So Tijuana Walker, he started the year hurt a little bit, where he pitched like maybe his first start, and then he got hurt. He pitched 2 innings his first start, then he got hurt. Then he was on the DL for a little bit. Then he came back, pitched against the Phillies, 2 starts. First start at home, pitched really well. Second start in Philly, definitely hitter's ballpark. He struggled, gave up 6 earned runs in 4 innings. Now he's going to Washington, which, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, has played heavily to the under. But we may see, these bats may start waking up for the Nationals. I'm not sure. I'm really still not sold. After one game, I am definitely not sold on the Nationals. And the advanced stats for Tijuana Walker, not very good either. 4.54 xFIP. So when I do these advanced stats, basically I run the last 4 years. I run a spreadsheet of my own spreadsheet. The last 4 years advanced stats for starting pitchers. And Tijuana Walker, 4.5 xFIP last 4 years. Exit velo is pretty high. His where's the K per 9 is about 8, and Adon, same thing. Adon's ERA is 6.42. For his xFIP is showing he's basically around that same spot. I'm pretty sure this is his rookie year this year. He pitched 1 start last year, but he has started decent amount this year. 6 starts thus far already. Actually 7. No, 6 starts. This will be number 7. 28 in the third innings, 22 earned runs. His ERA is 6.99. So not exactly somebody I trust. He did pitch against this Mets team at home. Again, his first start of the year, April 9th, 4 1/3, 4 earned runs, 4 walks, and 3 Ks. This is a guy that has a lot of trouble with the zone. He does have good stuff, but he has a lot of trouble with the zone, and it's shown here. He has 18 walks in 28 innings. His whip 1.66. That is not going to be successful. Obviously, he strikes a lot of people out. He does have good stuff, but man, oh man. So the line for this game, I forgot to mention the line is, let's pull that up real fast. Sorry about that, guys. The line is Mets minus 160, minus 156, minus 155 at DraftKings. Under over is set at 8.5. It opened at 9, got bet down to 8.5. So as you can see, people still betting the unders in Washington, and I do not blame them. This is a pass for me. I definitely do lean with the Mets. But do I trust Tijuana Walker already after a couple rough starts? Probably not. So this will just be a pass for me right now. And then we'll go on to the next game. All right. If you guys have any questions, definitely send them in the chat. Again, I'll go run game by game here. A little breakdown. I know it is late on the East Coast, 11:45 on the East Coast, so it is what it is. Next game I have is Oakland versus Detroit. James Caprillion versus Boo. I don't know how to say his name. Is it Bo or Boo? Brisky. Bo Brisky. Sounds like some brisket. Bo the Brisket Man. So Bo's not really good. Caprillion, not really good either. So Caprillion, this is he was in the minors mainly earlier this year and last year. He did get called up last year and pitched, I want to say 20 starts, somewhere around that. Last year was really his first full year in the majors. This year he did start in the minors. and he did struggle in the minors. Not exactly sure why Oakland called him up. Maybe because they stink as a team overall. That's probably it. But in the minors, he had 13 and 2/3 innings, 11 earned runs, walked 5 people, strike out 13. So strikeouts are up, but still giving up a lot of runs. 7.34 ERA in the minors. Not something to write home about thus far. They called him up. He pitched against Cleveland and against Minnesota. Cleveland only pitched 2 innings, 4 earned runs, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts. Then he came back. His last start was May 7th. So that was 4 days ago. This is going to be 5 days. Okay. 5 and 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 7 Ks. So he pitched really good against Minnesota. Minnesota isn't, they're a hit and miss team. Not somebody I'm exactly afraid of to say, offensive wise. They have a lot of guys like home run or bust guys. And a lot of times they do bust. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does. He gets a Detroit team, as we know, struggling to score runs. Holy hell. I think they finally broke out. They didn't score 27 straight innings. They didn't score a run. They finally broke out of that really recently. So good for them. But do we back this Detroit team knowing that? The line on this game is Detroit minus 115 up to minus 120. Places under over is set at 7.5. At minus 115. And then Bea, Boo, whatever, Sauce Bay, whatever you want to call this guy, the brisket man. His minor league numbers were really good. He did get expedited through the minors. He was only in the minors for essentially 2 years, from single A rookie ball all the way through. Now he's already in the majors. Basically skipped AAA, but a decent amount of people, rookies or young guns, do skip AAA. They're just better than the competition, and they skip to AAA, which is understandable. But now he is up here. He started 3 games thus far this year. Pitched against Colorado, the Dodgers, and Houston. So 3 good teams, and he hasn't pitched terrible. I was at his start against the Dodgers because that's when Clayton Kershaw broke the record. I actually was in LA for that, so I did go to the game. But he was decent. He's not really a crazy high. He hasn't been really crazy high strikeouts. His strikeout to whip is almost even. He's has 7 walks, 9 strikeouts thus far this year. He's pitched five strong innings in all 3 starts, so that's something to write home about. And he hasn't given up many hits. He gave up 7 hits in 15 innings, or 11 hits. I'm sorry, he gave up 11 hits in 15 innings, 7 earned runs. So his ERA is 4.20. Not terrible considering he pitched on the road against Houston and the Dodgers. Excuse me again. Jeez. He pitched at home against the Rockies. Pitched, decent against the Rockies. 5 innings, 3 earned runs. He gave up 2 homers. He is very susceptible to the home run ball. 5 homers on the year. Is this somebody I want to trust against his Oakland team? I probably lean under here. I think Caprillion could probably pitch good against this Detroit team. I'm not exactly sure of the weather. Let me just pull up this really fast. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Much love. So, yeah, nothing crazy here. All right. And then as for BVP, these guys really haven't seen much of each other. They definitely Oakland hasn't seen any of Bo. So that should definitely be a little bit of advantage to him, as it probably has been the first couple starts. 'Cause I don't think this guy's that good, but he's seeing lineups that have never seen him before. So that should definitely play to a little bit to his advantage. And Caprillion, he only has the Tigers have only seen him 14 times. So, you got to take it definitely with a grain of salt here. I do expect, an under. For first 5 under, you're probably, what's the number at? 3.5 here on the first 5 under? It's probably very low. First 5 total. First 5 under. We got it at 4, 3.5. 4 minus 115. James Caprillion versus Boa Brisky. Do we do that? That's definitely sketchy, a little sketchy. But you know what? You got to have balls to succeed in this industry, right? And you got to, you can't always just go with the numbers, because if you always just go with the numbers, you're never really going to succeed. So I'm going to do it. We're going to take a chance here. And we're going to take first 5 under 4. First 5 under 4. Let's see. What do we got here? Best number is first 5 under 4 minus 115. I like it. First 5 under 4 minus 115 in Oakland versus Detroit. Again, Caprillion struggled in the minors, but his numbers are good as long as he doesn't walk people. His numbers are pretty good in the majors. And last year he pitched decent. 21 starts. He had a 4 ERA. Tigers team hasn't seen much of him, as I mentioned multiple times. They're definitely having trouble scoring. And let me check the first 5 numbers. Let me just check this real fast. First 5 numbers in. Let's see. In Detroit. Wow, Detroit 21-9 to the under first 5. Boom. I think that'll sell me on it. At home 10-6. Yeah, that'll sell me on it. First 5 under 4 minus 115. Oakland Detroit will be my first official play. Thank you very much. My guy lives. What up? Hey, Lower East Side Roller. Only weather I'm trying to see is raining dollars in my bookies account. Let's go. Shout out Joseph Estrada, Jordan Elmore. Tough break with the Diamondbacks money line. Sorry to hear that, Jordan. Thank you guys for hanging out. Much love. All right, on to the next game. Next game, Baltimore versus St. Louis. I do not have a starting pitching for Baltimore. That's probably why there's not a line yet out. Yeah, no starting pitcher on this site, no starting pitcher on this site. Let me just check the third site. Keegan Aiken on the third site that I have. Keegan Aiken, the lefty, Keegan Aiken. So he's only pitched he's only pitched 2 innings. He's pitched multiple times out of the pen this year or as an opener. He hasn't pitched more than 2 2/3, or he's pitched 3 innings one time all year. Everything else is 2 2/3 or 2 innings. So this is essentially a bullpen game, and I think they found something with him in the bullpen because they did start him last year, over 15 starts last year, and his ERA was in the 6s. So I think they moved him to the pen. They're having a little, definitely working because he's got a 1.96 ERA in 18 innings thus far in the bullpen. So I think they found something. So this will likely be, if they don't name him starter, this will likely be a bullpen game for the O's. And what do we think about the O's bullpen? Where's my bullpen ranks? Here we go. O's bullpen is actually pretty damn good this year. You'd be surprised. They pitched pretty damn good this year. Caveat, Baltimore, since they moved the fences back in Baltimore, it has been under city at that park. So 50% of their games have been at home. So you got to take that with a little caveat. That's probably definitely affecting that Baltimore, because that bullpen was really bad last year. And then, that's something to take with a grain of salt. But Jordan Hicks going for St. Louis, really good advanced numbers, 3.97 xFIP last couple years. He hasn't seen this Orioles team at all. The Orioles bats have came around a little bit, which has been very nice. Not tonight, I don't think, but the last couple games they did come around. They have came around a little bit. They're scoring some runs. They won a couple games. They started off really bad. They won a couple games. St. Louis is definitely the better of the two here. Obviously, no line. Lean is with St. Louis. I'm not going to lay a heavy price because they're going to be heavy favorites here. It's going to be a Baltimore bullpen game. Essentially, I want no part of it. Maybe another under, but I'm not really interested in it, so I'm going to pass. Next game we got is Houston versus Minnesota, 4 o'clock Eastern time. Line is minus 130 for Houston. Under-over is set at 8.5. Luis Garcia going versus Josh Winder. This should be fun. Josh Winder is pretty damn good. If you guys don't know him, he is pretty damn good. Off-season sports cards. I am a big sports card guy. That is for sure. If so, not, I know this guy's getting me off topic. He said not to get off topic, but if you're a hockey team, who's your team? Off-season sports cards. Go file high-stake breaks. Got my own breaking company for sports cards. My team is the New York Rangers, and they won tonight, my friend. Don't count them out until the fat lady's singing, and I haven't started to sing yet. But Josh, he's a very, very high prospect for this team. And he had a really good season. He had a really good couple seasons in the minors. Last year, basically, he was in Double-A. They moved him to Triple-A, and he pitched really good in Double-A. Triple-A, he struggled a little bit, but he only started 4 games at Triple-A. The majority of his starts were in Double-A. Another guy, boom. Rangers won my bet tonight. Go Leafs, though. Nice. Congrats, my guy. And then Winter, you look at him so far this year, man, he has been good. Good. 22 innings, 4 earned runs, 20 strikeouts, 4 walks, 0.72 whip, 1.61 ERA. His xFIP, 2.90. The advanced stats are matching up, showing this guy BABIP 1.82, showing that this guy is pretty damn good. Average against is 156. Holy hell. And again, this team has never seen him before. The Astros have never seen him before. Yes, they have been good, but the Astros have been playing a lot of games to the under as well. Houston is 9. Oh, no, that says, let me just change this. Houston is heavy to the under thus far this year as well. The heaviest under team in baseball is the Houston Astros. 22-8 to the under this year. So another team heavy to the under. Luis Garcia is pretty damn good as well. Last year, I'm pretty sure last year was his rookie year, or 2 years ago. Yeah, last year was essentially his rookie year because he only started a couple games the year before. He has had a little bit of a stumble thus far this year, against and most of his stumbles were at home. He pitched against the A's at home, 5 2/3, 3 earned runs. Toronto, 6 innings, 5 earned runs. But then he did, come back, pitch in Toronto, which is definitely a hitter-friendly ballpark, and held them to 2 earned runs. Last start out, he pitched against the low Detroit Tigers, 7 innings, 1 earned run, 9 strikeouts. Striking out over a batter per inning. He has pretty damn good advanced stats as well. And then bullpen-wise, both these teams' bullpens are pretty good. Surprisingly, Minnesota's was bad last year. This year, they knock on wood. This year, thus far, their advanced numbers are pretty good. They got a 3.40 xFIP so far in 2022 for the pen, and it's actually better than the Astros thus far. But as you can tell, the Astros pen is pretty damn good as well. So both teams, this is, I kind of like the dog here. What is the line on this game? Josh Winter, you can get the comeback at plus what? Plus what? Let me see something here. First 5. Let's take out the first 5. First 5 money line, plus 115 on Minnesota. Do I take a chance? Minnesota at home, plus 115? Yeah, we're doing it. Josh Winter and Minnesota. So Minnesota first 5. Minnesota first 5 money line plus 115. And that is via BetMGM in New Jersey. That'll be my second best bet on this card. Minnesota Twins first 5 money line plus 115 via BetMGM. Again, both bullpens pretty good, but I just want to. I think Houston is definitely the better lineup of the two, so I want to keep this between the starters. And I think Minnesota could score a run or two, and Winter's gonna keep these Astros off pace here. So I expect 2-1 game, 2-0 game, Minnesota after 5, and we'll be running to that window. Okay. Next game we have is Cincinnati versus Pittsburgh. We got a starting pitchers of J.D. Brubaker and Overton. Sheesh. Yeah, Brubaker versus Connor Overton. Brubaker, was somebody I actually bet against a lot last year. This year he's pitched pretty decent thus far. I guess you can say, but they moved him to the pen. Now they move him back to the starting pitching. He did take a step, I guess you could say, and he's pitched pretty good as of late, but the ERA is still high, very high, 5 points. I didn't realize his ERA was this bad. Let's check this advanced number I got on him. Brubaker, advanced number is definitely better. His xFIP 4.06. That's the last 3 years, showing that his advanced numbers are definitely better than what we've seen thus far out of him. And then Overton's a young gun for the Reds. Definitely prefers not pitching in the Great American Small Park. So God bless him. He has 2 starts thus far, 2.53 ERA, 1.02 WHIP, only 10 innings, but he is 28 years old, so he has been somewhat of a journeyman this far in his career. Brubaker actually hasn't pitched. I mean, he pitched decent. He's gone 5 innings the last 2 starts, 2 earned, 3 earned, 9 strikeouts against this Cincinnati team in Cincinnati. They get to see him again right on the comeback. He has given up 2 earned, 3 earned, 1 earned, 2 earned, 4 earned, 4 earned. So he gives up runs every single start. His strikeouts are up this year, actually over a strikeout per inning. And as I mentioned, his advanced numbers are actually a little bit better than those surface numbers. And then Overton has been basically a career minor leaguer. I didn't realize 2014 he was a rookie. He finally got to the majors last year, struggled somewhat. Now he played for Pittsburgh and Toronto last year. Now he's on Cincinnati, getting the chance to start. Pitched 2 good starts. Again, but this is a matchup that just happened 5 days ago. Overton versus JT Brubaker. Overton pitched 5 1/3, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, no walks against his Pittsburgh team. He also pitched in Colorado and only gave up 1 earned run in 5 1/3 inning. And he's pitched really good in the minors this year too. A lot of 22 strikeouts in 19 innings thus far in the minors. So is this guy going to finally, make something of it? I think this is too much up to chance for me, this game. So basically, this is a pass game for me. Minus 140 on Pittsburgh, though. This is Cincinnati or pass, though. This is definitely Cincinnati or pass. What is the comeback here? Like, the Reds have been hot, my guys. The Reds have been hot. Reds plus 120 on the money line. Their bullpen is not good. Neither of these teams' bullpens are good. The Reds got to be one of the worst bullpens in baseball. Reds, and they're both these teams are 3 and 4 worst advanced stats in baseball for the bullpen. So not a bullpen you want to trust. And when it's me, after that 5 innings, anything can happen, especially with these 2 shit shows of the bullpens. And today, even Cincinnati gave up how many runs did the bullpen give up today? They were up a lot of runs early, and they gave up at least 10 earned runs total. So essentially, this will be a pass. Lean is with the dog first 5, though. Definitely hard lean to Cincinnati plus 120 money line first 5. All right. Next game we have is Kansas City versus Texas. Kansas City versus Texas. Starting pitching matchup of John Heasley and Taylor Hearn. Overplay. Yeah, that's not a bad idea there. Not a bad idea. They both saw each other. That's not a bad play. Jeff Lawson just asked if that's an overplay. 8 is the over. That's not a bad look. Let me check Pittsburgh. How, Pittsburgh at home. What do we got here? Pirates 6-6 and 2 to the over at home. Cincinnati's obviously numbers are staggered a little bit because they play in the Great American Small Park. And I'm pretty sure since he has hit the over like 15 games in a row, I want to say something close to that. So, yeah, definitely a lean, Jeff. That's a good point. Definitely a lean towards the over there, and you get it at 8. But I am seeing the wind as blowing in right now. So maybe I would wait to see what you think the weather's going to be like there in Pittsburgh. But I do like that play. I do like it. I lean with Cincinnati first 5. Also lean with the over full game. Lance Loros, hey, Joey, appreciate you. Much love, Lance. Much love. Next game we got is Kansas City versus Texas. John Heasley versus Taylor Hearn. Taylor Hearn is booty cheeks. He's been booty cheeks his whole career, the lefty, and he sucks this year again. His xFIP is almost in the 5 for the last couple years. He's got an ERA in the 7s this year. Like, what is this guy doing? I like the Reds team total over 3.5. They got that the last 8 games. I do like that. That's a nice look as well off season. Thank you guys. See, this is why we're working together here, and I do appreciate that. You are the man. So Heasley made 6 starts at AAA this year before coming to the majors. Posted a 4.44 ERA, 30 strikeouts, 6 walks. Finally got called up. I'm pretty sure this is his 2022 debut this year. This will be his first start in the majors this year. What are we going to see out of him? Who the hell knows? This Texas team, another team. Sometimes they score runs, other times they don't. They have been scoring runs in bunches, you know. And O'Hearn, as I mentioned, 20 innings this year, 15 earned runs, 28 hits, giving up more, almost a hit and a half per inning, 24 strikeouts, 10 walks. Sheesh. He did have his first win of the year, was his last start at home versus Atlanta. 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. So yeah, there we go. We're going somewhere in the right direction. But I personally do want to put no money on Taylor Hearn. So it's Heasley or pass. Heasley and Kansas City or pass. Excuse me, but as I mentioned, Heasley didn't pitch many innings in the minors, giving up runs almost every start. The last 3 starts in the minors, 4 innings, 4 earned, 4 2/3, 4 earned, 6 innings, 3 earned. I'm in AAA, so I'm not really crazy about either starter here. This is basically a pass for me. Under overs at 8. Again, this year I've been really slim on betting overs until I know what they're doing with the ball. I was hammering the unders early and cashing some tickets on the unders because obviously the numbers were juiced up. Now the numbers we're seeing 8, 7.5. It's almost every game because they know these balls are still. They haven't put the juice balls back, or we're still using these shitty balls, so that the unders have been, cashing basically until they started moving. The books have adjusted. Now the books have basically adjusted. We're seeing 7.5, sometimes 6.5, 7, 8, 8.5. We're rarely seeing over 9 if it's not in the Great American Small Park or in Coors Field. Seriously, that's it. So this game is a pass for me. Next game I have is Yankees versus White Sox. This should be a fun one. Luis Gil, first start for the Yankees on the year, because the Yankees play like 22 games in 24 days or 22 games in 23 days. They barely have an off day. Boom, they just swept to Toronto, going right to Chicago here. Gil versus Dylan Cease. Cease is real. I am a fucking Cease truther. Excuse my language, but Cease has such good stuff. It's not even funny. He does at times, as I tell you time and time again, he throws gas. So at times he does miss the zone, and he is very susceptible to walking people, putting people on. That's definitely a recipe for disaster versus this Yankees team. Won 16 of their last 18 games. Even they're not scoring crazy amounts, but the pen has been pitching good. The rotation has been fantastic. They're really getting the wins out of the pitching. And this will be a spot start for Luis Gil. He pitched in the minor thus far. 3.07 ERA, 38 strikeouts, over 29 and a third innings with the big league team. That was in last year. That's how he pitched last year. And in AAA, he hasn't really, replicated that thus far. He pitched 17 innings in AAA, gave it up 19 runs, 18 earned, striking out 25. So he has struggled in AAA. I think this is a White Sox or pass spot for me. The Yankees have been hot. I'm a Yankees fan. If I'm telling you, I mean it. The White Sox bullpen is good as well. Yankees bullpen is pretty damn good too. Cease has been phenomenal. The guy strikes out a shit ton every time. I would be very interested to see what his strikeout number would be because he's the last couple starts, 8 strikeouts, 11, 9, 3, 8, and 8. That's every start this year. First time seeing this Yankees pitching in his home ballpark. He should have some, I know a lot of people aren't crazy about, backing, I guess, Dylan Cease against the Yankees, but I'm somewhat interested in it. Maybe you take the White Sox first 5. The White Sox have had trouble scoring a lot this year, though. Another team playing heavy to the under. 9-5 to the under at home. So, I'm not crazy about it, but I definitely have a hard lean towards the White Sox first 5. The Yankees have seen Cease 51 times, 51 plate appearances. They bat .356. X-weighted on base percentage is pretty good, but they are striking out 33% of the time. He has a FIP of 3.89, which is also good. So, it's Cease or pass here. What is the line? I don't think I mentioned the line. Did I? The line is, White Sox -145. See, I did all that capping, and then I look at the line, and it takes me totally off the game. That's why you could do 2 ways. You could cap the game, then look at the line. You could look at the line first and then cap the game. I liked how I just did that there, where I capped the game, look at the line, and I'm like, no, thank you. I literally thought the White Sox, because number one, the Yankees and Dodgers, take house money from everybody and their sister. All the casuals, oh, I'll bet the Yankees. Oh, I'll bet the Dodgers. So I would expect probably that line to move towards the Yankees a little bit. So you should be able, if you're going to bet on the White Sox, wait. You'll get a better number if you wait on the White Sox. Yeah, I'm already seeing 95% of bets on the Yankees here. I love it. I do think the White Sox win the first 5, probably win this game. But at the line right now, I can't do it. Maybe take if you're interested, a lean would be the White Sox first 5, -0.5, plus 100 via BetMGM. That is somewhat interesting. But essentially, that's a pass. Okay, last game is the nightcap, 10:10 p.m. on the West Coast. So 10:10 on the East, but the game is on the West. Zach Wheeler versus Tyler Anderson. Excuse me. Zach Wheeler started the season. He definitely struggled thus far. His first, I want to say 3 starts, he did struggle, but the last 2, Mr. Wheeler and that hot-ass wife back to life. And the Dodgers have seen a lot of them. 166 plate appearances. He's striking them out 20% of the time. X-weighted on base percentage of 404. FIP is 717. The Dodgers own this guy. Holy hell. But, the advanced numbers, past Josh Winder with his small sample size, Zach Wheeler is the best pitcher on this slate. Advanced numbers-wise, not even a question. Zach Wheeler is the best pitcher on this slate. And then we got Tyler Anderson on the other side, lefty. Not really crazy about him. Doesn't really have overpowering stuff. Used to pitch with the Pirates, whatnot. The Phillies haven't seen much of him, but is this a guy at minus? So we got the Dodgers are -150. I'm seeing Dodgers. Yeah, hold on. Let me pull up the full game. I got. What up, Pete Perez? A low B-Rad Malibu. Why do you have to kick your family's ass in bowling, bud? Was that guy from your league talking to death metal and his old girlfriends? B-Rad, you goat. No, he was not there. And our family is very, very competitive. No matter what we're doing, it's a fucking competition. We're playing tic-tac-toe. We're going to argue about who wins on tic-tac-toe. All right? But, yeah, Dodgers at -150. I'm not really interested in. Wheeler is definitely the better starter of the two. Definitely better than Tyler Anderson. But the Dodgers have great numbers against Mr. Wheeler. Probably doesn't like to pitch out there. He gets the heebie-jeebies at times. He really does. And Dodgers mash. So, phew. Tyler Anderson pitched good his last start. He did strike out 7 people against the Cubs. And the Philly team, this is another Phillies team that in my opinion, has underproduced. I thought they were going to be a little better going into this year. And they have struggled. I know the question marks were in that rotation and in that pen, because the pen was absolutely atrocious last year. And they haven't really done much to fix it this year, I don't think. Their pen is actually a little bit better. Middle of the pack thus far in my advanced stats on my my little spreadsheet here. But still, it's not a small sample size. What do we play? 30 games thus far. It's not really somebody I trust. But Tyler Anderson, definitely not really. I'm not really crazy about him either. It's like a ERA, 4.5 ERA for his whole career. He has pitched pretty good this year. He hasn't allowed more than 2 earned runs this year. But again, he's only pitched 4 or 5 innings in every start. Then they hand it off to the bullpen. So I do think the Dodgers probably win this game. But I'm not touching the number. So I am quite interested in, I kind of talked myself into this freaking thing now. Kind of interested in Cincinnati too. But okay, so definitely 2 official plays. First 5 under 4, Oakland, Detroit, -115. And that is via DraftKings in New Jersey. Second best bet will be Minnesota, first 5 money line, +115 via BetMGM. And you know what? Are we going to do it? We're doing it. I'm doing it. I'm taking the Reds first 5 too. All right, we're doing it. I'm taking the Reds. So 3 official plays, all 1 unit. Reds first 5 money line, +118 via FanDuel. Reds first 5 money line, +118 via FanDuel. Those are my 3 official plays. They will be fully tracked on my free play record. All the free plays that I do, my free YouTube record, all the plays that I do for YouTube are fully tracked as well, as is my spreadsheet. My spreadsheet fully tracked. I'm up 40 units on the spreadsheet. Killed it the last couple years. I think last year I was up 42 units in MLB. Year before, I was up 20 units in the 60-game season in MLB. And year before, I was up over 40 units in MLB. So over 100 units my last 3 MLB full season, or not full season because it was a 60-game season, but last 3 seasons, up 100 units. I do this every day, every single day. So, there are days I lose. There are days I win. There are days where I lose 2 days in a row. There are days where I lose 3 days in a row. But every single bet is 1 unit, and long-term, you will be profitable. Okay? That's what I've been doing for 10 years. Fully tracked on our spreadsheet for 3. So I do appreciate every single one of you hanging out, the positive vibes. Hit the like button before you bounce out of here. I'll check the chat for any more questions. If anybody has any more questions. Otherwise, I will be back Sunday. I will be there Sunday with JJ and maybe Holden. I know Holden showed up last week. He hadn't showed up. I've only done 1 show with Holden. I do miss the guy. I think he muted me on Twitter. I can't even talk to him on Twitter. He finally showed up in the Discord. I asked who he was. He hasn't. He disappeared. So I would like to hang out with my guy Holden, bust his balls a little bit. But he can't. He's not a New Jersey guy like me and JJ. He can't take it like us. If you're gonna dish it out, you gotta be able to take it, my friend. We're just joking around. It means I like you. Calm down. Yeah, he muted me, B-Rad. It is what it is. I'm not. My feelings aren't hurt. Whatever. As long as he's happy, that's all that matters. All right. As long as he's at peace, it's all that matters. But much love. I do appreciate every single one of you. Again, I'll be back Sunday. Me, JJ, Holden, running through the whole slate of MLB. JJ will have you covered tomorrow. Kegger has got you Saturday on UFC. There's a couple plays up on the spreadsheet for UFC already. He killed the UFC last week. I think he swept the friggin' board. Maybe he killed the UFC, especially on the sheet plays. Absolutely hammered it. We got Tyler and spread. Killing the NBA. The best in the business. Run Pure Bets, baby. Come sign up if you want. RunPureBets.com. Use bets 25 off to get 25% off your first month. Much love, baby. Astros Twins under first 5. Princess Chachu's asking. That's a lean. That's a lean, Chachu. I do like that. Because I do think Winder is very, very good. But yeah, I'm taking Minnesota first 5. I'm taking my chances with Minnesota first 5 there. Need the 3 together again. Great times. Thank you, Jeff Lawson. Gerardo Hernandez, what up, my guy? Appreciate you hanging out. Great times. Much love, everybody. Hit the like button. I'll be back Sunday.